Hi everyone.
Hello.
Hey, it's the finale of Kneon Knights. They came from beneath the sea trilogy. Tell us more about that, Zan. What have we been doing?
Well, we've been doing some really wonderful things that are all conveniently archived right here on the Tactrix channel, where the VOD is going to have a way better recollection than I'm going to. But in summation, we've explored the trajectory of a few different former after-school actors as they have been twice now bamboozled against their better judgment into starring in a new gritty reboot of the old Kneon Knights series. First, there was Kneon Knights Reunited, where they met at a convention that was suddenly turned to be filled with nameless minions. And after a long and decisive battle, they made their way out and made some friends and got some improvements along the way. In the sequel, Reignited, they wound up kind of taking on the tropes of the 80s and 90s summer camp, where the campers and their counselors have to defeat the rival camp from across the lake, or everything will be destroyed. And we found some nefarious things going on in the warehouse of the villain Mac Ryder as well. But hey, I mean, that was a few years ago, and the movies did okay. Like, you all got some nice little pocket padding from that, and I'm sure it'll never happen again. So we're using for this game, we're using a slightly modified rule set of They Came From Beneath the Sea, which is a story path system from Onyx Path Publishing. Absolutely wonderful. Right now, They Came From Beyond the Grave. The sequel to this is still on pre-order, so if you hop over there and pick up a pre-order, you'll get a free copy if They Came From Beneath the Sea and all of its accoutrements, and definitely worth it. Yeah, it's styled after normally 1950s and 60s B horror movies. It's a little bit over the top, a little bit camp, and it's a lot of things, and most of them are really, really good.
Might I correct you?
Yeah.
You said a little bit over the top. I would just like to clarify that it is not a little bit over the top.
I don't know if that's me or if that's the game. Though.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like it might be us as a group.
I've been told that I bring a little bit of chaotic energy to games that I run.
I'm just saying, the entire beautiful thing about B films is that they're over the top. So if you're not running it over the top, then I don't know. Keep playing it, because whatever, do whatever you want.
Yeah. Well, Leland, actually, since that was kind of the end of the summation, do you want to introduce us to your character and who you are, who you're playing, and maybe any cool things that have happened to Bobby since the last game?
Bobby Mark. Well, Bobby Mark is the character.
Kyle Braun is the actor.
Right. It just sounds like an AEW actor's name. I don't know why. Or an AEW performer's name.
Kyle Braun?
Yeah.
I probably ripped it off the one, man.
He was a Brewers baseball player, I think.
Oh, well, cool. My brain steals things from other things all the time without telling me.
Isn't that just what learning is?
Yeah, I think. Dog, sit the down. Jesus. Sorry. Anyway, this dog is not behaving. All right. I am playing Kyle Braun, who is playing Bobby Marks. Roleplayception. And I am I'm the Emerald Knight, which is obviously the best, because I don't know if you remember the Green Ranger being the best, but that's kind of why I picked Emerald Knight. But anyway, so I am the best. My actor is a douchebag with a really bad British accent. I don't know. We'll blame that on being multinational and moving around a lot, and not just my bad ability to do a British accent. Let's see. What were the questions? Who am I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm Leland/Leopold the Just. You can find me on the internet at Leopold the Just. Oh, and I have a TikTok now, which I've got a dog TikTok and then 3 D&D TikTok. So if you're into those, go and maybe hit like on all of them and share all of them. Thanks. Especially the dog one, because I'm really trying to tap into that market. Dog owners and D&D nerds. What was the other question? Some shit that's happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did Mac Ryder and your character or Mac Ryder's sister and your character get married in the interim?
Yeah, we got married. I proposed to her. She said yes. Anyway, her entire existence was created just to piss off Mac Ryder, which is sad, but she's grown into so much more. Okay. Oh, and yeah, we went to camp. That was cool. That was the last episode. All right. That's all I got.
Yep. Who would like to go next?
I can.
Hell yeah.
Hi, I'm Nash. Tonight I am playing V, also known as Violet Wyatt, who is playing Z, just to make things easy. And I think that Violet has used the Kneon Knights to somehow break into Broadway. And that's what they've been doing in the interim.
Heck yeah.
I think they always liked musical theater, but they got this break that their well-to-do family may or may not have bought for them.
The only one to successfully use this show as a jumping off point for their career.
Yep. That is all.
Awesome.
Typo, do you want to go next or should I?
You go.
Okay. I forget about how many years has it been between these two movies?
Yeah, it's a great question. How many years has it been between the two movies?
4.5.
4.5 years sounds great. It's been 4.5 years since the box office debut, and so it's been a little while. Been time.
All right. Well, I'm Pat. I'm a tactric. I'm here on this channel. This is where you'll find me most of the time, and other channels like Blackfeather Guild. And yeah, I play Wyatt Cater, who plays Cliff Stone, the amethyst nerdy scientist Kneon Knight. That's a dog.
What a good dog. Great image of Cliff there.
Yeah. Yeah, and Wyatt got in the last 4 years, I think, let's say, Wyatt finally got an agent who was not trying to convince him that his career depended on being the bad boy in Hollywood and faking all of his behavior. Since he was always, based off of his career in this show, was always being based as, like, best friend, not leading man thing. Yeah, so he fired that agent, finally got someone better. It is, like, just a B actor, but like has a much more stable life now, I think.
Thank you.
Okay. Hi there, I'm Typo. You can find me on various channels, Polish Cryptid, Homebrew RP, etc. Also, let's see here. Brain is a little bit mush at the moment. Sorry about that. I am playing Paul Goodman, who himself plays Aiden Blaze. Paul Goodman has, over these past years, since the last released movie, I think Paul Goodman went out and got a dog for the family. Like, it's this cute little puppy. It's just such an angel. Now the potty training was a little difficult, but we were managing to work through it.
Paul, can I ask you a question?
Sure thing.
Is it a mangy mutt? Like the dog that got left at the pound because nobody wanted it?
Absolutely. He only has 3 legs actually. But we love him all the more.
How are you gonna chop this damn fictional dog's leg off like this? Already.
Well, I don't know about you, but the dog is very real to me.
Hold on. Neither of those were my character's voices.
But yeah, Paul has very much continued, immediately leaving the spotlight after he gets out of the hospital from like the last shooting. Problems with sometimes doing your own stunts, and also having a dick as a director.
Yeah, but hey, you got that good. That was covered by the studio, and they sing your flowers too, like twice.
Oh yeah, all 2 flowers.
No, they sent flowers twice. So it would have been 4, and only.
It's like 2 flowers that mean "I hope you die" and like a funerary lily.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to think that that V probably has sent you flowers, but only they're ones that they've gotten at the stage door, and they've just sent it to your hospital room.
You have gotten a honest and heartfelt thank you letter from that.
I feel like
it seems like so much extra work.
I feel like the individual flowers were not through like an actual florist, and more likely just some sort of like high school flower sale. And now I absolutely imagine Johnny Lacrosse delivered them, or whatever his name was.
I forgot about Johnny Lacrosse.
Lacrosse kid.
Yeah.
Oh,
Johnny Lax.
One last thing he does. He does check in with, not Cliff. What's your actor's name?
Wyatt.
He does check in with Wyatt, sends him a letter asking him if his career is doing better after the movie.
Yeah, and it's you get a letter back as well as I think a wedding invitation too. It's his tabloid rumors last time around. One of them had been about him like potentially meeting like a drug dealer or something on set. That was really like his boyfriend that like he had been in a long-term relationship with,
nice.
that the agent recommended keeping quiet to try and build publicity. But yes, you get a wedding invitation over those 4 years. I think the whole group probably would, not just you. But since we're specifically talking about being pen pals,
even Mac Ryder.
No.
Oh, you film your own wedding then.
I didn't know what that noise was at first. I didn't realize it was a laugh.
Like, could you imagine sending him? Like, could you imagine if you said yes? I wouldn't put past Zan to just like change the plot entirely to be at the wedding.
I know 100% this was about to be a honeymoon story. 100%. I was like, I had a really loose idea, and you're just gonna push.
I wasn't convinced that saying no would divert that outcome. It's like, don't invite me to the wedding. Well, I'll invite myself.
That was your first mistake, Wyatt. Whatever your character's last name is.
All right. Well, yeah, and I'm Zan, and I'm running this game. I'm doing a lot of things, a lot of places. You can check me out. I'll give a fuller detail list later. And I think that we should go ahead and hop on into it then. So we established it's been about 4.5 years since the wrap of our last film. Things have been going well for everyone, I assume, aside from a few hospital visits and, the fun reality of, merging bank accounts and things. Just never a great time. Pat, totally. That's within the mechanics. Like you can, at the end of every session, you can change, like you can move one dot. So that is definitely a mechanic built into the game, for relationships at least. Yeah. So, sorry. Almost died. That was off. Yeah. So it's been a couple of years, and yeah, I think that's I just can't get the idea out of my head, so fuck it, we're doing it. I think that it's been a few years, and everyone gets everyone except one Wayne Wyatt, where everyone except Wyatt gets a card saying RSVP, please, to the vow renewal and reignition of passion from the union that is Wyatt and who is your partner's name?
Crap, names.
Jason, Doug,
Yes,
Monteberry.
Jason Doug is the name.
Jason Doug. Of Wyatt and Jason Doug, there will be an open bar. Swag bags will be provided. This is a period piece, so come dressed appropriately. And there is an attached gift card to like one of the nicer studio like costume studios in this film production area, and yeah, I think that is what everyone else gets, and I think that Wyatt gets a letter that says in neatly written handwriting, Wyatt, you fool, time is... Hey, you know what? Actually, this is... Can we be real? Like, I appreciate that y'all have, like, played along, and I'm just gonna use, like, you know, I'm happy that you're doing well, and I would like to use this as an excuse to do another film. It's gonna be, like, a Western. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I gave everybody else a whole rigmarole about, like, it's a second honeymoon. It's a renewal of vows. Here's some money to go get clothes. But you know, I'll have a tailor in contact with you. Looking forward to seeing you there. It's gonna be fun with a whole bunch of views, and then get your stash heart, MR, and then quotes. Mwahahaha.
Okay.
Zan, you physically injured me. Like, I feel emotionally attacked.
Can I say that V got this outside stage door on the closing, after the closing night of whatever musical they're in, like probably some off Broadway show?
Oh, I see it now. Marmots. It's a new plague. No, marmots.
All I could think of was like,
that is definitely what happened. Whatever show you were in, that is the case.
and I think there's a. Can it be the small child from
Johnny
only
the
not so
Cross.
small from the other films?
Yeah. Are we like John the child that was Johnny Lacrosse?
The one that came up and asked for the autographs in the original film. In the first
Yeah.
film.
That was Johnny Lacrosse, right? Yeah, because he went on.
He played Johnny Lacrosse. In the
He's not Johnny Lacrosse.
Exactly.
We haven't established a name for him yet. Yeah, so I guess
The pubescent kid.
But then didn't we also introduce a second creepy kid in the background?
Yeah,
in
there
the
was
second
a second because Johnny Lacrosse was going to age out of the role, 100%. So now the girl the young girl that was that was in the second one is now the age of Johnny Lacrosse in the second film. So we're talking like Gene age, maybe a little bit older.
And I think V probably says to this child, "Is there something for me to sign in this envelope?"
And the kid kind of whips around because they thought they were being real sneaky and going, yeah, there sure is. It's for your buddy Wyatt's vow renewal ceremony.
God damn it.
You sure want to go to that, right? There'll be swag bags.
I like to imagine that this. So, is this the kid that was like my stand-in effectively or successor? Or
no,
is this another kid?
This was the other creepy child.
Oh, you're right. Okay, there's
Yeah.
so many little kids.
The one with the
That's
voice fry that is like impossible to understand. That my character is always like, I have no idea what this kid's saying.
It's because whenever I
as a
get
person have no idea what he's saying.
it's because whenever I get directorial control, I just add another creepy kid working in the background.
Oh shit.
So I think
next time I get it, I'm gonna add one too. We're just gonna have a whole Oompa Loompa tribe running around, but children mode.
I think V opens up the letter. This is the last time, and you can tell Mr. Writer this. I am a Broadway star, and I appreciate the opportunity he has given me to launch my career. But this is the last film I'm going to be in for him. And then they sign their name and hand the card back to the kid.
So ungrateful. That's what he would say.
Yep. Sure. And they're gonna look around, look at like the McDonald's wrapper on the ground, and the like. Yep. Sure.
There's
thing.
probably
You
one
do
other
that, right?
person who literally has been at every performance since the preview of whatever horrible B musical that Violet's in. The off Broadway.
The 2 blocks down Broadway.
Yep.
Would the McDonald's rapper you're referring to be Travis Scott? No one got that joke.
I did.
They clearly got it.
No one got the joke. That's a different. That is an incorrect summation.
Okay, got it. All right.
Still bad.
I'm glad they got it. I didn't care about the rest of you anyway. All right, well then.
So what is
Aiden Blaze?
What's everybody else doing? Like, let's just get a quick snapshot of you grabbing the envelope, or reading the envelope or something.
I would like to take. So the little kid comes by, delivers the envelope as usual.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi there. Thank you so much. Do you mind if I hold on to this for a moment? I need. Oh, don't worry, I'll send it back. I know who it's from.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, Mister.
Oh, it's quite all right. I'm not an idiot. I just pretend to be one. He closes the door on the child after taking the envelope. Goes back into the house. Digs through some stuff. Pulls out a phone. Rings up an old number. And would like to call Mac Ryder.
Okay. So yeah, the phone, it rings and rings. And then there is a click and someone goes, "What? Yeah, hello, this is Mac."
Hello there, good buddy.
Oh. Yeah.
I hope you're having a jolly good time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just perfectly hunky-dory myself. You see, I happen to have this little kid come along and deliver me this letter. And as I'm opening it, it seems to read... No, wait, that's a coupon. My bad. Yeah, there's the one. Silly me. It seems to read that I'm to sign myself away to another movie of yours?
I mean, I don't know.
Now, you and I are good friends, aren't we, buddy?
I've heard.
Of course. I mean, you've heard the truth. That said, it's been rather rude that you've been trying to, as the kids say, hoodwink me these past few times. So I was just thinking, maybe I could, talk with you about this one, actually. In the role that I'll play.
And I think it's at this moment that Mac's voice changes. And he goes, elaborate voicemail prank. and then there's a beak, and I think that is where we should leave the stuff. I would. I want you to hit me with a surprise. I want to roll with this punch. Let's do it. It is all good. Let's
Okay.
put the surprise in there when it happens.
Should I PM you or?
Yeah. Give me a PM, and we'll pull this little surprise. If you feel like that is the appropriate way to go about it.
I think for the DM it is. But since Mac Ryder has done this, I don't know if he'll see it coming.
It's gonna be wonderful. Cool. That's I love a good juicy reveal later on. This is gonna be wonderful. Is there anything else?
Nope, that'll be all.
All right. And either the two of you.
Yeah, I think getting the letter, laying it all out. God, are there more details that are in there for, like, in terms of, like, oh, this is kind of like what the plan is, or is it just like show up here and be surprised, it'll be fun type thing?
Yeah, it's a surprise party.
Okay. Am I supposed to bring my husband, Jason Doug Montberry, with me?
It does not explicitly say one way or the other.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'd kind of gauge it based off of if he said there was a tailor coming specifically to make costumes, if he only takes my size. But it's, fuck it. The last few movies have gone okay, and I'm holding him to the fact that he promised everyone else an open bar. So I think I shore up some life insurance before going.
That's smart. Although it's going to look a little sus that you got life insurance like the day before you died, but anyway.
Right after getting married too.
Won't be my problem.
Well, yeah, you'll.
Awesome.
Are you done, Pat? Because that was beautiful. I just don't want to interrupt you.
I'm done.
Okay. My character. How many years have passed? I
4.5.
have been dealing with dogs. Okay. That's enough time. My character has got 4 kids now.
Been busy.
Well, he had triplets first.
Oh no.
Yeah. So he's actually been a stay-at-home dad for the past 4.5 years and has gotten no work whatsoever. So he's like super excited about this, right?
Does he immediately recognize that it's another bullshit?
No, he's so gullible. He's just like, let's do it. Is that fair? Can he just be like so just like desperate for work that he just doesn't care?
Wait,
he just wants to get out of the house and stop having to watch all of these children, regardless of what happens.
Does he sign the kid's forehead?
Oh yeah, he definitely does.
Okay.
100%. He still does that. He's still an asshole. Anyway, hold on one second. Sorry, the dogs are just doing all sorts of stuff. Okay, so so I am basically just stay-at-home dad. I've kind of grown into my dad bod. I was like an athletic kind of like parkour. I had a parkour body build. You know the one. Much like Typo's build. You do parkour, I imagine. Anyway.
What?
No, I was like a slender guy, who just like, and everyone that does parkour is very slender. So I was just like a slender fellow who has grown a dad bod since because he has been watching 4 children. Yes. And I was using your body as an example. So thank you for being a model without realizing it.
You're welcome.
All right.
Not sure if I should be offended or not.
No, you shouldn't. No, we're fine. It's fine. We're good. It was, and so I am gonna basically send, do what I got to do to go to the gig
Sure
to
thing.
arrange a babysitter, whatever.
So I will be. So in the letter, it did mention that it was going to be like a Wild West theme, but kind of left it at that. So I think we'll have everybody like describe what they look like when they arrive at the venue. And so the venue is this location is actually a pretty famous place out in Nevada. It is the Dude Cool Ranch. It used to be a Dude Ranch, but now it's a Dude Cool Ranch.
Is it sponsored by Doritos?
Right.
It may be in post. We'll have to find out.
Oh.
You got to leave the sponsorship opportunities there so they notice them, and then Okay. Yeah, so that is the scene. It is a proper it looks like maybe this is a Western town that has been constructed to be used as a movie set, because if a place can do it, it's nice to just have one town and then slightly change the aesthetics of it so nobody notices that it's the same thing if the real estate's super cheap. So it seems like it's kind of one of those. It's definitely it is already bustling with extras. Everyone in kind of dingy but sun avoidance stuff, and just kind of going about their day. There's a ragtime playing piano somewhere in the distance, and the jangle of spurs can be heard, like it is the rustling of trees. And yeah, it is the name of the tavern is the Red Herring, and that is where everything has been set up to gather, and there's kind of balloons and stuff all.
Zan, I need to know, is the bartender's last name MacGuffin?
No. The bartender's last name is not Zan, because that's definitely not an event I would want recording. Yeah, so how do you, in what order, and how do y'all arrive to this area? And it did say to come in costume. Whether or not you do is up to you, but...
So, I think this is probably the most feminine dressed you've seen V in all of these movies since you've met them. They're wearing a saloon girl's outfit, only the ruffles are holographic, which I know probably doesn't translate very well in a black and white film, but as the Prism Knight,
it's something less black and white, more sepia.
Okay, but even still, I doubt it translates very well. But V wanted to make sure that they had some holographic somewhere, and they're wearing a very tight corset, full saloon girl getup.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Hell yeah.
I'm almost picturing, for anybody that remembers the movie Dogma, how Alanis Morissette looks at the end.
Who doesn't?
Well, it was a pop culture reference from that I'm obsessed with, so I knew Zan would already recognize it. But
I've never seen the movie.
No, sorry, that reminded me of that costume at the end. Everyone else, please proceed.
I feel like V shows up 5 minutes after whatever time they were told to show up. So they're probably not first.
Okay. We can't all be fashioned, right? I mean, we can't, but somebody has to get here first.
I think I was here. I was always here.
Oh.
I was here in the beginning. Paul Goodman's just casually walking around. He seems very happy. He probably has his wife, I don't know, Deborah or something, with him. She is vaguely attempting to try to fit into like the set and everything, like, you know, the theme, but it's like Paul dresses about as vanilla as you can get, and so does she, honestly. And there's something about them that just like they can't seem to rub it off, except when Paul's in character, I guess.
Hell yeah.
They're just casually walking around, exploring the place.
It seems fully reenacted. Say it's just like it is. It has got folks there doing all the things. You hear the rutabagas off in the distance, and as you approach someone, it seems like there's a little bit of dialogue. Oh, really? Well, that's awful expensive for just a packet of seeds. Well, I'll tell you, and you know.
Okay.
Stuntmen being stuntmen. Or women.
Yeah, they seem to be having pretty standard combos.
And did you see the thing I sent you, by the way?
I did. I am. All right. Okay. It is. Well, yes. It is. We're gonna find a way to make this work.
Okay.
100%. It is definitely gonna work.
Is Wyatt there? And our husband. Our partner.
Yeah, I think, especially if Paul's spouse is there too, I think would have tagged along. Have I been told to be in a specific location for this, or just to arrive with everyone?
I think you've been said. Yeah, I think you got a note saying that the movie will start filming at this location when everyone is gathered.
Got it.
At the red herring.
At the red herring.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've probably been maybe then waiting at a table in the back of the red herring.
Okay.
In my. So he's in a deep purple like duster jacket that he got made, and like black vest underneath, like cowboy pants, spurs, all that shit. With the exception that assuming that this would be another movie, and him, whatever sample we got from our Zord Transformer beast things last time, and his character having consumed or injected that or whatever, I think he's worked a few like organic cyborgy type looking things into it. So he's got like a weird contact over one eye that's like glows blue or something, and like one of his arms, like I think it's probably mainly just lighting effects that they've worked into the costume to like look glowy, but also like maybe steampunky for the Wild West idea. Yeah.
All right, and they're with their partner.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Unless there was like a friends and family trailer or something to like leave people at.
I mean, there probably was, but
Too bad they're involved now.
Perfect.
I think Violet will walk up to the two of you, or like appear out of a like saloon, like some back room from the saloon, and go, well, move along, little doggy. Ain't it the the happy couple here? It's good to see you guys again.
Oh, well, if it isn't me, it's so delightful to meet you. Oh, well, don't you know? It's just nice to meet you as well. I don't think I've ever talked to you before.
No.
This is V's reaction, because Nash cannot figure out how to respond to the wholesomeness that is Paul's wife.
They just smile at you, standing together, radiating sunflowers.
I'm imagining American Gothic coming off the two of them. That's the image I have in my head of this. Because I think of Paul Goodman apparently as a Midwestern farmer. I don't know.
I mean, I think it fit.
It was good to see you two, Paul and Mrs. Goodman.
Oh yes, Mrs. Goodman.
Paul, you know this is a movie, and you know what happens in movies to you.
Oh, you're right. Honey, I'm going to do the movie. There's a nice trailer for you. I've made sure that they have some snacks, the ones that you like. I'll see you later after the movie.
It sounds like we're leaving them at daycare. It's like, pack your raisin box.
This little woman like takes her like little bag and like toddles off towards the trailer, and he turns back. Thank you for that. I almost forgot. I was having such a good time with the missus.
Wyatt, did Mac put you in, like, let you in on the secret?
Yeah, there wasn't really any pretense this time. It was, he was pretty convinced he had successfully lied to you all.
No. He's yet to pull the wool over my eyes, but I just like to go along with it to make him feel good.
And I think it is as almost with the finality of hearing the a door somewhere shut as Miss Goodman's door closes and locks, that the lights in the saloon, which aren't really supposed to be electric, but they all drop suddenly as electric lights are prone to do, and then they come back up, and the ragtime tune has changed its pace a little bit, and the table that y'all were sitting at with a few empty chairs now only has one empty chair, and there is another person sitting there at the table with you that you all haven't seen before, and it's the old prospector. And they're sitting there, real excited. Go, yeah, just absolutely. Wow, it's been like that. I had a dream. One day, this whole place, it's gonna be a city, and there's gonna be a whole bunch of colors. And folks told me that I was crazy, but I ain't crazy now. You wouldn't tell me that I'm crazy now, right? Like, what a great time to exist in the Old West.
Well, Mr. Prospector, you try to tell us there's gold in the hills. I don't see this becoming much of a city.
You're another one of those folks that's saying I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy. I saw it in the future. Like next year, maybe.
Via's gonna get really, really close to the prospector and go, I told Ryder this is my last film. Why is he setting up a I can't think of the actual word. Why is he setting up another movie?
Is this the time that Bobby finds him? No, it is not the time that Bobby finds himself on set. Which is cool because I love They Came From Beneath the Sea, because you could really seamlessly just integrate someone coming out from their trailer, and I appreciate that meta aspect to the game so much. I think they go,
well, but did hear that old Midnight Rider has been coming to town and causing a ruckus. I'm sure would hate for that to happen to any of us. Be just a real shame.
He says as they say as the ragtime gets a little bit more frantic.
I can't tell if we're supposed to be in character or not.
Right.
You would see a small green light lit in the very corner of the room, which would indicate that you were expected to be in character.
Okay.
And how And how exactly did you see the future, Mr. Prospector?
I had a little bit too much of the moonshine.
And you're not crazy.
Drunk and crazy, real different.
Is it though?
You neither.
I feel like Wyatt's an expert. I mean, Cliff isn't. Never mind.
Well, if there were anybody who would know about the future, I suppose it would be you, Z.
Yes, it would be me, Aiden, or Mr. Black. Is there something I can roll to? No, I'll just spout nonsense about. Well, I'm from the far distant future, and when I came back to insert 20s whatever year here, the Kneon Knights were at a convention, so I
want to get some rolls in here, so let's do. Let's let that be either manipulation or cunning with empathy. Let's do some rolling. We haven't done any rolling yet. We should do some rolling.
It's 2 dice either way.
I was just like, wait, empathy's a stat in this? Oh yeah, I have no dots in it.
2 successes. I rolled a 10. Woo!
2 successes. Okay. Yeah, no, your bullshit's pretty. It is standard like Star Trek level. I'm gonna say enough words and it's gonna make sense. And
I think at the end of their really long description about going 86.6 miles per hour or whatever the Back to the Future speed is
legally distinct from that number.
Oh yeah, it's like 1/10 higher than whatever that number is. They go, "I'm sorry, Mr. Prospector, for doubting you. I had a momentary lapse of my memory. This place does become a city. You should go enjoy some more moonshine."
Well, you were right to doubt, though. I mean, of the divination method, studies show that moonshine hallucinations are the least reliable option. It's not like he was using tarot cards or anything. That you can trust.
I'm so sorry. Can you repeat that, Pat? My brain just turned off for a second.
Oh no, I was just riffing on the drunken moonshiner.
And yeah, I think that it's so Leland, just so you're aware, your character is not in the scene at the moment. Just whenever they arrive is when they walk into the scene. So that is 100% up to you as to when they come in. Okay.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm just dealing with. They're fine now. I should be good now.
There's no worry. There's no pressure. Like, life happens, and the system is really great about integrating that, so it's all good. Like, whenever.
Plus, it took me forever to find a babysitter. I mean.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Yeah, and I think as that goes on, the interesting person in the yeah, so as things are getting a little bit more hectic and a little bit more frantic on the piano, the music abruptly stops with a loud, discordant lack of harmony as the piano player slumps over, and you hear the slow, like, creaking of the wooden door as you see the rootinest, tootinest outlaw to ever loll out in the Alps, Mac Ryder, the Midnight Rider, the Bandit of the Sands. And looks around and goes, "Well, this town looks like it's grown a bit more mold. I don't see no culture anywhere, though.
Well,
Um, and Pat, did you say that your partner was with you or was in the trailer?
I don't remember. I've forgotten.
You said with us.
Then sure.
Fantastic. And as they're talking, everybody's feeling a little like the lights are kind of dimming and shifting slightly to give the effect of everybody being a little hazy and sleep deprived. And Matt goes,
ha ha, I poisoned the well. Don't worry, you'll all live conveniently. But I'm here to. You're gonna be one of us now.
and they will Mac will walk over to your husband groom and take them by the hand, and they'll go, wow, hey, yeah. And they'll look to you and like kind of like, yeah, you're right. I this life is really boring, and I want to go do something exciting. I want to be an outlaw, be an exciting life. Yeah, no marriage here, not tying me down, gonna live in sin.
Okay, that's good. Wonderful. Glad for your enthusiastic consent into this plan. Yeah. So later, losers.
And he will pick up a bottle of liquor that was kind of on y'all's table and begin to saunter away and go,
Don't even think about trying to catch me. It's gonna take that poison 15 minutes at least to wear off.
Is this the point where we all black out?
I would like to attempt anyway, because I don't listen.
Sure thing. Go
I
ahead.
would like to stick my leg out as he's turning away to try to trip Mac Ryder.
100%. Why don't you go ahead and make a strength and athletics check?
A might and athletics?
Yeah, might and athletics. Yeah, that stat. The stat that actually exists in this game.
Okay, here goes nothing. 5 dice. That is eights and higher.
Yes.
3 successes.
3 successes. I think.
How much do we have in the rewrite pool, just so I know for future reference? I don't really care if this happens,
It is currently at 5.
Okay. So I think you're going to gain 1 to the rewrite pool. It's close. Wasn't quite enough. And it's, I think you kind of like, you being kind of smart and aware of the world around you, I think you realize there's a slight hum of an electromagnetic generator, and you are wearing spurs. And you realize that the back of your spur is just glued to the metal on the chair. Just stuck.
They glare at Mac Ryder as he walks out.
Don't worry, everyone. Everyone knows that these dangerous, non-lethal poisons, there's always antidotes from simple saloon materials. I'd like to go behind the bar and search for a fictional concoction antidote to these.
Yeah. Once Mac is out of the room, the lights dim and then come back up, and the magnets have released their quiet pull, keeping everybody in place.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to mechanically in the movie though slow down our distance that we have to catch up.
Let's do cunning and let's look at the sheet. I think that is going to be
medicine.
Yeah, cunning and medicine. Or intelligence and medicine, intellect and medicine, either one.
I will take that. That is going to be 8 dice.
Whew.
Oh.
That's not a good noise.
No. Okay, wait. There's a success in there. There's quite a few ones. But there is 110. So 2 successes.
2 successes. Yeah, you find some good old sarsaparilla. And everybody knows that sarsaparilla will weaken the hold of the smoking toad poison, which is definitely what seems to have gotten into everybody's drink.
The highly lethal, non-lethal smoking toad poison.
Yeah, the highly legal, non-lethal smoking toad poison. Yeah.
It's just a hallucinogen. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're all gonna
It's
have
just like
some
2
profound
Benadryls.
awakenings, and we'll be good in the morning.
I think during that, like, some point during the intermission, it was implied like Aiden would manage to slip out and tried to go after the guy, but like he comes back and he's just like leans against the door, like exhausted, like, unfortunately, partner, it didn't seem I was able to catch him.
You weren't
You
able
don't-
to. You weren't able to blaze after him, Aiden?
I'm afraid not. He's a slippery devil, that one. He kind of like slouches in. You wouldn't happen to have any sort of antidote, would you? I've been going on nothing but schutzpah for a little while now.
I think a sarsaparilla gets slid across the bar from you, and like
Oh,
the
it's a
shot.
beautiful shot too. It's like the back of the hand going like square into your palm. Oh, it's like it slides a good 15 feet down the bar. It's wonderful. Shot of the year right there.
Thank you kindly, partner. Sips it.
Yeah, and so the prospector comes back up and goes,
Oh, golly, just done rocked off with your husband.
Right. You know, it would have been real nice if, you know, some of those moonshine visions could have warned us about that there, prospector.
Convenient foreshadowing, Rob. I'm not that kind of plot device, though.
You're speaking crazy talk. You need to take your antidote still. You're not making any sense.
Ah, you're right. Let me get some more sarsaparilla.
Z hands him not just a shot of it, but like a whiskey glass full of 2 or 3 fingers of sarsaparilla.
"Sure."
He goes, this is nice, but I would also like some whiskey, too. That could work.
Wait, you're gonna have whiskey visions?
Rating. Like, I'd like to be drunk.
Yep. I think V mumbles under their breath that, you know, you could say that again, and it keeps going. Well, Cliff, I did not go back. I don't have any answers to getting your husband back from the future. But should we try to run after him?
I mean, if y'all want to go down there, it's real easy. It's just right on the cave outside town.
Is Prospector, is this some scheme to get everyone to the cave for another one of your get rich quick with gold lectures?
It's one of the two. Be both. Do you need company?
Well, I reckon we might as well rustle up some pickaxes then, just to be safe.
Never know where there's gonna be some gold.
Never know when there's gonna be a skull you need to crack either.
Sometimes, you know, staring at the back of the prospector's head.
Sometimes you.
Let's focus our bloodthirst in the right direction, not at the poor prospector, and go after the Midnight Rider.
Right.
Do we have horse-shaped golf carts?
Yeah, they're just and like just a green like sheet over a golf cart with a horse head on the front. Like, but it's not
Yes.
really a horse head. It's like one of the horse head masks that's stuck on a stick with a tennis ball. It's just a place.
Yes. I'm here for this.
Yeah. So the prospector goes,
Yeah, it's just you can follow the tracks. It's in the cave over at the ominous hill.
Well, for
You know, over by Fear Canyon.
wait, so it's the God, I'm dipping into my Pyron voice from yesterday too. So you said it's the ominous cave by Fear Canyon, not the ominous cave that's 2 caves down from Terror Junction?
No. You're getting too close to Bad News Gorge. No, not over there.
What about Rattlesnake Mountain?
You can see Rattlesnake Mountain, but you're not that close to it.
You can see Rattlesnake Mountain from just about anywhere. It's a mountain.
It's a very low bar, but it does meet it.
I don't want to go anywhere near Rattlesnake Mountain. I don't need a snake in my boot.
Well, no, there's not actually any snakes at Rattlesnake Mountain. You know, it's a common misnomer. They're all actually down over at, Massacre Gorge.
Well, actually.
just made the worst hellscape imaginable, and I imagine it's nothing but daisies. Daisies and tumbleweeds. Tumble daisies. To daisies. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
And
if we're going to go to whatever that first location was, we should probably make sure we're supplied and get all of our provisions. Maybe some explosives.
You want to load up on provisions? Take your time, mosey on over there. I say we ride out now.
Exactly.
Who knows what could be going on while we're waiting around here getting our provisions?
Well, I guess when I said provisions, I really meant firepower and weapons.
I think Z in their saloon girl outfit goes, "Welcome to the gun show. I'm armed and dangerous." That was an incidental pun. That was an unintentional pun that time. But I like the idea of pick shovels and axes. Pick axes and shovels was what I was trying to say.
Is that your fists? Is that your fists' names?
Oh no, I
Pickaxe and
meant
shovel.
I meant in addition to
okay.
my mean right hook and left. This is gold and this is silver. I got nothing.
I mean, yeah, and so I think that the prospect is going.
Can there conveniently be pickaxes and shovels in?
Oh, this is the Old West. They are everywhere. There's not an umbrella stand. There's a pickaxe holder.
Okay, because I was gonna say I have special cash, so I can make it. So even if you told me no,
I think that there is also, your special cache is probably just a really foul-smelling outhouse that you specifically know about, and it's just like you hit the door, and it's just that scene from Men in Black, and all the guns flip out.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that happening.
In addition to, I kind of pictured. Cliff would like to stop by, if he's, in staying with the scientist trope in the Old West, I imagine somewhere on set has to be, a lab full of, the fucking, mech bullshit from Wild Wild West. Or,
from the movie with Will Smith?
Yes. While we're on Will Smith movies.
No, there's nothing like that at all. And I think from Alex Cameron, you just fucking read ahead in the.
Give me my mecha spider, damn it, Mac Rider.
GM, can I roll larceny to steal a pickaxe from this pickaxe barrel?
Oh, you totes can.
Okay.
Yeah, that is gonna be what is the What's the stat going to be with that? I think that is going to be. I think this is going to be presence and larceny, because there's not really a sneaky way to do it. You just kind of have to look like it's my pickaxe.
Okay, and these are D10s.
D10s, and we're looking for 8 and higher as a success. 10 is 2 successes.
That is an 8 and a 10, so 3 successes.
Okay, So I will give you the choice of a consolation or a rewrite.
Oh, did I not pass the roll to steal
No.
a pickaxe from a barrel?
We'll see. Everybody's watching it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. What was which one would you like? Because you're gonna get something out of it either way.
A consolation.
Consolation. Okay. I think you go for one and you pick it up, and it is highly ornate and has someone's name just like etched on it. And then you pick up another one, and it's the exact same scenario, and another, and you're just growing more exasperated each one. And you find one, you find the handle, and it's got no engraving, no nothing. It looks super plain, super easy to lose. And you pull it up, and it's just the handle to one, but it might have a use later.
Okay.
So you have a MacGuffin pickaxe handle.
Okay, I have a MacGuffin pickaxe handle.
Is that not just a stick?
Yeah, it's a stick.
No, handles are hewn to fit well in the hand.
Oh.
So it's a handy. Never mind. That was gonna walk away from that.
Yeah, an axe handle is a common car weapon.
I like
South.
I like grab the pickaxe. I look at it. I give a nod, like, perfect. And like he slides it into like a side holster, like it's a very valuable gun. He like looks around the bar, walks out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If there's no barn full of like high tech weaponry for us to take, Cliff is just gonna grab some bottles and some rags from behind the bar and take those with him.
You're gonna make I think what you guys see is eventually Z comes back, but is now still in their like holographic saloon girl outfit, but looks very much like Rambo. A bandolier of dynamite, a rifle striped to their back, 2 6-shooters on their hip. Because they're taking anything they could think of out of their secret stash.
Nice.
Or their special stash. Cash. Whatever. Same difference. Let's ride.
I think Aiden already has his weapons on him. And yeah. It's definitely different from the like usual glaive rocket launcher he normally has.
You're muted, Zan.
I'm just seeing like a good like double barrel shotgun with a pickaxe handle like at the end. So it's still kind of the same aesthetic, but just appropriate for the setting. Or with like a shovel bit, like a flip out shovel bit on one side. I don't know. That would make it a really unreliable. It would make it a really unpractical shovel.
When I'm thinking about, Aiden's normal weapons are like, what is it? He has like the staff, but it's also dual swords because he's that guy. So I think in this one, it's dual pistols that can transform into a rifle.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm here for that. Hell yeah. Cool. And I think as y'all are kind of arming yourself and like the camera seeing you like check everything so we can make sure to check off all these weapons, I think you see Billy kind of over with where the horses are. I think that is there a better place that you would like to come in, Leland?
No. But that's whatever works.
Yeah, so
I
think,
might need some sort of like
no
refresher
worries.
on kind of maybe what I'm coming into. I haven't been able to pay as much attention as I would like this whole time.
I think that's gonna work. I think we see you rapidly like running onto set.
All right.
From
I've got some
from
jeans and some I've got some jeans and some Birkenstocks on and like a cowboy hat I picked up at the flea market.
just let the gift card go to waste.
Like a foam cowboy hat.
Yeah, it's really bad. And then and my dad gut is protruding proudly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think as you are running into town, you see the other three stars running to the golf carts with like really poor quality like horse heads attached to the front, just kind of draped in green
No,
ball.
here we go again.
I think you see them already in character and already like going. So it's up to you to how to respond.
All right. I'm just gonna like run up to the group like out of breath and say, "Sorry, I was late dispensing justice."
Well, hello there, partner. We have a kidnapped person by the fearsome Midnight Rider, and we're trying to get a move on.
We're doing these. These are the accents. Well then, that sounds like quite the mess you got yourselves into.
You can say that again.
Well, I got my I got my 6-shooter and my long gun ready to go.
Well, yeehaw, and let's go then. Ride 'em, cowboy.
We gonna get these yellow bastards.
Like just like scene suddenly stops. Yellow belly.
Oh well.
Hey, excuse me. One moment. Hey, political fund. Yeah, we're gonna take that out in the final edit. Let's get that one more time, and let's think of something else. Maybe we don't want this movie to be canceled.
Okay, admittedly, yellow meant cowardly back then, just by itself as well. But I apologize.
No, 100%. That would be the perspective of it from the director filming today.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Well, let's get a move on and ride 'em, cowboys.
I ain't quite a cowboy, but yeah, we'll ride them regardless. I'm a ranger.
Must resist every song from Fallout New Vegas to start singing now.
And y'all,
Big iron on his head.
y'all head out and you realize that these are actually a little bit more like ATV than proper golf carts. Like these got some oomph in them that was not present in the convenient in the convention. And so these are fucking rolling, and it is you're on the road for about 10 minutes, and you see like the lights kind of around you dimming and brightening as though it's simulating days passing with like floodlights over in the distance.
Are we really driving on anything, or are we on like a treadmill at this point with like the screen just moving behind us?
I think that there is like a I don't know what, like I think more in the spirit of the game would be the, well, no, actually the green screen vehicle ride is a stunt. So we're doing this practical, but that is a wonderful stunt. You should definitely check it out because it's really fun.
So I think, can we have a scene at a camp? Or never mind, forget it. Let's go save the husband.
I think I think I have a place to get a campfire scene going.
Okay.
But that is not quite at the moment, as y'all kind of continue on, and it's like a wide path, and out of the shot there is like safety cones on either side just to kind of keep y'all on the same path.
Mm-hmm.
and you abruptly come to what appears this does appear to be like a set piece, not just something that was out there, and it's a ominous looking cave set into the side of the side of something with like rocks that look like teeth. It is it's a rough looking place.
I'd like to think there was a little bit of us searching fake other sites, and it was almost a game of hot and cold with how intense like the vulture sound effects were, and that's kind of how we located the right place.
Marco.
Okay. What's happening at the moment? We're just riding.
Y'all have just got to the hideout, and like kind of we're doing a montage of like if there's anything you want in the montage of getting there, then we can definitely do that. Otherwise, we're gonna have y'all arrive at the well-known secret bandit hideout.
Okay. I'd say there's a bad edit of me reaching for my cell phone that I forgot to turn off because my wife's calling me about like something the kids got into. So there's just like kind of a bad edit of me reaching towards my pocket, but then the scene changes and like I didn't do anything with me reaching towards my pocket. But, anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the rest of us maybe still have a gut like trained reaction of like wincing, but Mac Rider apparently doesn't have anything impaling us this time whenever we break character.
Okay, there's just no signal. So,
the Aiden Blaze will, in his like very bulky like cowboy setup, he's very much like gone for more of like a desperado, because he's the bad guy that's turned good. So yeah, he has to look like a bandit or something, and he is just kind of like staring out over the horizon, like watching things, and just like when he's keeping watch over the night, over like one of the nights as they're riding out, like he's just like cleaning his guns, staring out over the camp, like won't be long now. Glances off towards the cave. Won't be long.
Oh yeah. And I think with that kind of ominous ending, we show y'all finishing the last bit of trek up to the cave, and see it is not a very deep cave. There is a couple of folks like hanging around in the back, but it is most like after a certain point it is just green screen with some rocks like set up for cover in front of it. And as you arrive, Mac Rider walks out and goes, well, I knew you would be here. Have you come to show me the error of my ways? Bring me to justice? Hell, maybe take vigilante justice yourself. What's it gonna be, heroes?
I suspect we're gonna bring you down for good this time.
So, I think Z walks up to him. I would like to stomp on his foot.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make a might and close combat roll. We're going to go in 4 successes difficulty here.
Could I assist by firing my rifle at the ground to distract him?
I have 5.
Oh, never mind. No need. I'm gonna do it anyway, though.
Sure. So you slightly distracted from the shot. Looks away, and by the time he looks back, the Prism Ranger is right up front and stomps on his toe, and he howls with pain, and in retribution, grabs you by the front of your whatever clothing you're wearing, and goes, "That will be the one time you hurt me." And you realize that he has deftly connected a safety harness to your back, and you are thrown 30, 40 feet back until you land on what appears to be a large cushion that's been covered in sand. Yeah, to make it blend in with the environment. Very much the scene where Bruce Campbell falls into the path from Army of Darkness, where you can clearly see that there's a mat that he's falling onto, but we don't question it. He looks back and goes, "You should have taken the chance to injure more than just my pride, Prism Ranger. That was your one shot." And as he begins to cackle, the grounds underneath you begin to shift and move. And whereas most of these things have been very like assumed with green screen work, this appears to be some kind of practical effect, and you see giant scorpion legs reaching out from the ground and unearthing itself near you. Now, the scorpions that you fought in the other movies, they were large. They're like 20 so feet. This is, to use a reference, it might be like a giant mechanical spider that was featured in one Wild Wild West.
Yes.
But it is a scorpion, thus legally distinct from a spider. And as it comes up, the safety harnesses that were attached to your golf carts are thrown away, and fans kick on in the distance, and sand is blown into your face. And he goes, "Flee now and live with your failure." And the legs, which it seems as though was mostly just like the first, like the pinchers and like two legs that they were really doing, a screen drops in front of the cave to give the appearance as though the cave is no longer there. So it has been spirited away on the back of a giant mechanical scorpion, and you all are left in the desert alone with your rides maimed and broken around you. And I think that's where we're going to take our break, in this moment of despair as the camera goes to each of your faces. And what is the expression that we see on each of your actors' faces before we go into a break? On each of your characters' faces.
I think my character, with his bushy little mustache, is just glaring out through like sand grit eyes in off towards like the distance where this scorpion is wandering off. Well, seems we're going to have to have a rematch then later.
Anything from the other characters?
Yeah, you know that trope where there's like something crazy happen in the Old West, and there's that like old man like with his arms up holding his hat because like the wind's blowing, and he's like, "What? Darnation!" That's what I'm doing.
All right.
I think there's simultaneously a grimace of pain and a, "Oh man, I should have seen this coming" look on Z's face.
Yeah, I think for Cliff, it's you see him pull on like these like not like like forge goggles, almost like whatever a tinkerer would be using in the Old West for protection, and like what?
Is it the one that has the multiple lenses that like magnify?
There is also writing lenses, which were definitely a thing at the time, that look very Matrixy. They've got the lens here, and they've got a flip out like piece of plastic on the sides, so it keeps the grit from getting in there.
And I think whatever it is, it's just still like see-through. It's not like tinted, because he's like putting these on, pulling a band, like also fitting with the color scheme, a purple bandana across the mouth, and he just gets like this determined look in his eyes to like start heading into this sandstorm, or all of the shit coming at us.
Oh yeah, I think that's wonderful, and I think that is a great place to leave us. So I will pass the reins back to you, Pat.
Yeah, we're going to go take a quick break. Everybody else, please do the same, and we'll be back shortly.
Button, where is the button?
You found it right when you started singing.
Oh.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, we found the button.
I don't think there was a plural there. I think that was just Pat.
We're talking about belly buttons, or okay, never mind. No
Yes.
belly button.
Yep,
No belly button.
We all had the joke, and we all walked away.
It's neon time. I've decided
God, is
that
that
that's...
what we yell?
It's neon time in that exact voice.
In my head, it was legally distinct enough from its morphing time that...
It's neoning time.
I see like get livid. You know, also means like feel some real emotion, but also like bright colors. Whatever. Yeah. So thank y'all so much for hopping back. This is the second part of our They Came From Beneath the Sea 3-shot. This being the title that is on screen that I cannot be bothered to remember because it's very long.
Kneon Knights, the Knight Beknighted, Revengeance.
Right. That.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah. That thing. So where we last left our heroes off, they had made their way back to the hideout of Midnight Mac Rider's gang, and their hopes at rescuing the love of Wyatt, or the Cliff. Wyatt, the love of Wyatt, and Cliff, I guess, because we're kind of bleeding over here. Tried to rescue them from the clutches of the villainous Mac Rider, and after getting a devastating toe stomp that will probably result in an ingrown toe and a lot of discomfort down the road, they were soundly defeated as a giant mechanical scorpion pulled itself from the desert sands and threw our heroes asunder before carrying the hideout away on its back. And so we pick back up with our heroes picking themselves up off the sands, blood and grit crusting their face, as they have to acknowledge their defeat.
Well, I'm going to have to someone has to say it. It's a real smart move to use your one attack of surprise to step on a man's foot.
You know, Mr. Black, I have never been so let down by Miss Bullock. That method always brings a man to his knees.
I just got it.
I'm lagging behind. What?
It was the beginning of the sing method for Miss Congeniality, so I brought up Sandra Bullock.
Again.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
I love that we established that in one of the previous movies, so it's an in-game callback.
It is very much in character.
Maybe we get Sandra Bullock to make a guest appearance at the end of the movie.
She
has a very brief cameo right at the end.
Just Sandra Bullock
with Chumbawamba.
Family.
Yes, but only if Chumbawamba is playing in the background.
Well, you're forgetting yourself. This is the Wild West. The only way to settle things around here is a duel, right and proper.
Can it be a duel with giant robotic fighting machines?
Well, I suppose we're gonna find that out, ain't we?
I feel like you can get real creative with what constitutes as a duel.
Is it neon time?
Hell yeah, it is neon time.
Yeah, neon time.
Get on over yonder, everybody. It's neon time.
So you hear a voice echo from off screen. This is where you get the Exords. You don't already have them. Did you not fucking read the synopsis? It's a prequel.
This is where writing a script would be a good idea.
And there is the sound of like an MP3 of crickets playing.
Well, ain't nothing to do but mosey around this desert and see if we stumble upon anything. 'Cause sure enough, we're gonna die out here if we don't find something soon.
I think Z takes a couple of steps and then dramatically flops into the sand. And I would like them to dramatically flop into something plot relevant at the moment.
Are you using a trope or anything? Because that sounds like using some writer pool points. Otherwise.
What? Oh, I got it. I have a trademark that is like stupidly lucky. To just flop down at random into something useful.
Trademarks don't really work in that way, unfortunately. That's more of a trope role. A trademark modifies a role that's going forward. So since you're not like rolling for anything right now, the trademark isn't really applicable, unfortunately. What we can do is we can definitely do that. It's going to cost writer points.
We have like 6 or 7, right?
We have 6.
I'm down for another suggestion if someone else has one.
I think maybe this might be the moment that everybody remembers the old prospector going on one of his I think we kind of have a bit of a flashback scene of the prospector explaining to everyone how he was up on the mountain that was shaped like a turnip, and there was a weird howling coming from inside the caves, and he felt like he wasn't the right person to go in. And everybody laughed at him and said that he drank too much moonshine, and that was where he lost the gold that he had found that day, if he had found any gold was in there. And he was just telling other folks not to go there because it was where his stuff was, and he didn't want him going down and collecting the easy find.
Okay. So, I guess we'll go in that direction. I think my character will reach out to the side, and he will hold up the shaft of a pickaxe. Well, I've heard tale that some folks use these dowsing rods or something to find things. So maybe the shaft of this old strange-looking pickaxe will help us out.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, that sounds like a. Let's do. So you can either do. Wow. You can either do Enigma and Cunning, or Survival and Intellect.
I would like actually to take the stick, and I'd like to look between the guys, and I'd like to hand it to Cliff actually.
Okay.
And if I can use one writer point, Paul.
Yeah.
I would like to say that as I hand it to Cliff, it starts to beep. Like, as if something inside it has awakened.
Yeah. All right. Cool. That sounds like is there anything else that it does for a writer point?
I think it might be able to be start to be used as the dowsing stick. Why don't you give this a shot? I ain't good with this magic and the mumbo jumbo, supernatural stuff.
Well, I can give it a shot for sure.
You're one of them witch doctors or something, right?
I mean, not exact. That's a pretty unprofessional term for what I do. Yeah, sure. I've dabbled.
Wait, well, you made the stick start beeping, so that's all I see. Doesn't do shit for me.
Yeah, I mean, let me give it a try.
Same rolls, but I'm going to give you an automatic success because of the writer's pool point. So either cunning and enigmas, or intellect and survive. If you've got another one, I'm okay with hearing it.
No, I was just looking. It's those added up to the same things for me.
We could see like cunning and technology because I think maybe it might be interacting with your mecha pieces. Yeah. Maybe.
Which he added to his outfit, not realizing this was a prequel and he wouldn't be mecha yet.
Hey, it's canon now.
Because he didn't read everything as usual. So technology and cunning is what we said.
Yeah, sure. We could do that.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
To be fair to him, as the science-y type, you could argue that Cliff just got really into steampunk.
Yeah, no, it fits in the setting. It's gonna fit in this. It'll make sense in the setting. They'll put in a flashback scene or something showing Cliff's workshop. They'll fix it.
All right, so I've got 4 in cunning and 3 in technology.
Cool. I'll give you 1 free success to drop it down to 3 for this roll.
All right. Oh, and I've also got I think weird science would apply here too.
Yeah, unfortunately it would.
I don't remember what that does. I just remember to say it.
That is that a trope or a trademark?
Trope.
That's a trope. Okay, so that gives you a +1 to your roll.
So an extra success or an extra dice? Sorry.
An extra dice.
Okay. Okay. Ooh. A 2, a 1, a 5, a 1, 7, ooh, and then 3 10s.
All right, so you wow. All right, so you've got 3 extra successes to roll with here, which is a lot. That's a lot.
Those are that's for stunts, right?
That is yeah, because we're not dealing any damage right now. That is for stunts.
Okay.
Yeah, so you do it, and
so it's if it got handed to me and started beeping, I imagine some situation where I got that beep to replicate, and then we got another beep, and it turns into this like long form, higher tech version of Simon, where it's like you just have to keep hitting all the shit in the right order, like burr burr burr, or like red blue green, until this whole freaking dowsing stick is just glowing in like a 20 tone long pattern, and finally gives us a signal. And the dowsing stick is of course sold separately as a toy afterwards.
Of course, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So it leads you. Face said you found something.
Oh, and I'm just peeking through stunts.
If you see it. If you see a stunt that jumps out at you, we can definitely use it.
Well, I thought what might be helpful there is personal teleporter, is a scientist stunt, which doesn't exactly fit. Scientists can teleport themselves and one target that they could touch up to 500 feet, and that's like for 2 additional successes. Maybe for 3, the rod teleports us where we need to go.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it works. I think with 3 successes, you buy into that, and it very much looks like a scene, like an FF10 where you step on the glyph and it just sends the arrow to the other side. I think kind of a bubble encases everyone, and you dart down the sands through the desert, and we see like the landscape rapidly changing. And the last shot that we get of that is the like open mouth of a different cave with like a skeleton in the corner and "keep out, beware" like written on the sides, and weird mechanical raw noises coming from it. So I think that with that scene kind of where it is, I think the camera's going to pivot and we're going to see Mac Rider, the Midnight Rider, sitting in his high-backed, comfortable chair that is definitely very easy to get into the mouth of a cave on top of a giant mechanical scorpion. We're not going to question this. And they seem to be looking at someone. I go, I really I couldn't have done this without you. Your hubris, your fucking predictability. Really, this one's to you.
GM, I'd like to use my move. An inside job. To appear in the scene, tied up, as Aiden Blaze.
Okay. All right.
You don't really think you're gonna get away with this, do you? That guy out there, he sounds nothing like me. My friends will recognize the truth.
Your friends are fools, and your fate sealed the day you walked away. And the camera pivots over to Jeffrey, Jim, Cliff's partner.
Cliff's
Jimmery.
Jimmery.
Jason Doug
Monteberry.
Yeah.
Were the 3 names all yelled out.
So we go back to them, and they are wearing a like form-fitting, like definitely a thirst trap outfit. And they look over and go, "See, you made the right decision by joining with me, mate. My new number 2." And we see the light kind of fade in, and they've got like an emblem of the gang, something similar but different to what Johnny Lacrosse was wearing in the last movie. And he's gonna turn back to Aiden and go, "Besides, what could you do? You were helpless." He'll look to the side at something off camera. Go, "I had the trump card all along."
Oh.
And I think maybe it's as that is going on, the camera shakes and we get a loud boom of bass, and we pivot out and we see things approaching this mobile giant scorpion. What do we see on the horizon? Please describe your commercially marketable X-Swords for us.
It's still a fucking whale. It's still a fucking killer whale in the middle of the gosh damn desert. And like the worst part is, it's not like driving, it's like flopping very aggressively.
Easy trail to follow. That's you know what? That's how the Grand Canyon got there, wasn't it? It was just thing flopping around.
My character's Zord's um, definitely the same, but has a cowboy hat on. So it's like a giant snapping turtle Zord, but with a cowboy hat.
Wait,
That actually has like some sort of technical function, like it's like a radar jammer and like I don't know, some sort of comms array.
hold on. Is it wearing a cowboy hat, or is it Shell, a cowboy hat?
Oh, okay, that's almost better. I'm just say wearing a cowboy hat, but you've inspired me to add spurs as well to the backs of his feet somehow. So with your request, so somehow we'll meet in the middle with that, with the spurs. All right, cool. Who's next?
I think we see the prism train appear in the clouds.
Okay.
And what does the prism train look like?
Like a steam train? No, I would like to think it's more of like the Shinkansen or some sort of bullet train. So it's super sleek and very anachronistic to the time. And super obnoxiously holographic.
Like instead
yeah.
of like those cartoons where the trains leave a trail of fire behind them, it's just a trail of like just holographic streaks.
Yes. Yes. Rainbows, it's almost like a unicorn or something.
Yeah, and then I think I think you see dust getting kicked up as, hooves are just riding across the sand. And then the sand kick up stops and the camera like pans back slowly until you see that the hooves are no longer on the ground and it's me on my Pegasus mech as it's flying through the air now.
Oh, hell yeah. And, yeah. So we have reached the scene of the climactic battle. We're still going to be rolling for your character stuff because it's about your piloting skills and things. Let's do Aiden last. So I feel like it's probably the way that this scene would unfurl. And yeah, so how are we doing this assault on this giant scorpion? The scorpion's a little bit bigger than any of your individual X-Zords, but, you could probably make it work.
So you know how in the previous movies, Z had a legally distinct not lightsaber? I'd like to imagine that somehow the train, like one of the train cars, ultimately becomes that or pivots to become that. Like the train becomes more of a transformer in and of itself.
Nice.
With said sword.
What if, I'm just keeping with the setting and theme here, what if instead of a legally distinct light sword, light cowcatcher?
Oh, I like that.
On the front of the train? So what are you attacking the scorpion, or are you trying to lead it into the path of someone else?
I would like to try to disable a leg. I know it has 8 of them, but we gotta start somewhere.
Sure thing. Why don't you roll? I'm gonna do this is gonna be I think this is gonna be close combat and might. Yeah, we're gonna treat the X-Zords as your stats. That's what we're gonna do.
I got 3 successes.
3 successes. So and remember, we can't always spend at a 2-for-1 rate after the roll rider's points to boost things. Or a 1-to-1 before the roll. So it would you like a consolation or a rewrite point?
I think I would like a rewrite point.
Okay, and so as the cowcatcher like screeching in, going towards like one of the spindly little joints, the pincer comes up from underneath this flying train and sends it into the sky. Though it does kind of like rock off balance a little bit, sudden motion, and y'all will take that rewrite points. Who would like to take the scene next?
I've got an idea, which is I think I'm getting closer on my Pegasus X-Sword. Kind of getting close and like maybe weaving between some of the legs, trying to get just a full view of how this thing moves and its parts and look for potential weaknesses. Like, oh, is it like more unstable at this joint, or are there certain terrains that it doesn't seem to be handling as well we could force it to, that kind of thing.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and make a... I think that's an intellect and technology.
Okay. So, I got to roll 8 dice, 1 success.
1 success.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm going to offer this question to Typo instead of you.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a reason that this roll failed, Typo?
I had a slightly different plan of what I was going to do.
All right. Well, all right. If you got a different plan, then that's cool. We'll check
I
that
could.
back.
You know what? I like to think actually, as he's about to, like, so you're taking a shot or something.
No, I've just been trying to like weave in and out and get closer to like study it and like look for a weak spot.
Okay, as you're trying to like weave in and out, Aiden pulls up next to you, making it difficult to weave out of the area, and like Aiden shouts out to you, like probably causing you to get hit or something maybe, but he shouts out, Cliff, this ain't how we gotta do a finale here. You need to get up on that scorpion and have a mano-y-mano with that man.
1-on-1.
Here. And I would like to take a grapple gun. Like, I would like to take my pistol and fire a grappling bullet over to the thing and then throw it to Cliff.
That's the dumbest, most beautiful thing I've ever heard. I like it.
I think with that failure that it can definitely happen. And yours, Exor, definitely got dinged up. You're going to take, the two of you are going to take 3 harm.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Nash, you would have also taken 2 harm from yours. Just got to get those bonus die. Okay, so what the ball's in your court
do I
now.
take 3 harm?
No, I think you have expert driving in this situation, and you conveniently haven't been stepped on, despite flopping around awkwardly.
Weird. It's the flopping.
No one can.
Sorry for ramming your vehicle a little bit. It's hard to control this thing. And unbeknownst to anybody else, this thing is actually fully capable of driving, but it's flopping because it's resisting my control.
Boy, you driving this thing like an ornery mule.
So I'll throw you the grapple gun. All you gotta do is pull the trigger. I'll take you right up to him. Godspeed. Godspeed means good luck. It doesn't act. It's not actually a term for velocity. I know. I was a little confused when I first heard it myself.
I always thought if God could run, he'd run real fast.
Well, this thing will take you up there real fast. So you might as well call it Godspeed there. But like, I don't want to be sacrilegious or anything.
Oh yeah, I don't want to be going to hell after all this.
This is the Wild West. There's a strong Christian religion around here, so gotta be careful.
Yep.
Cliff is just holding the gun, just looking from Exord to Exord with this conversation.
I'm just a hype man because I've been able to attend the session so little. My character's just like a hype man. Like the only role they gave him was a minor one, so unfortunately.
That's all good. No, I think you're over in like you're providing valuable support as like doing kind of like letting folks know that it seems to be shifting north. Watch out for the tail. Like I think you got some stuff going as are you gonna take the
I like the idea of me only being written in as a minor character, though. If we want to go with that.
Sure. Yeah, if that's the way you'd like to be cast, then I'm totally cool with it too.
Just because it's funny in the spirit of the game. To right away, like my dog being a psychopath to as me just not being there that much. All right, so yeah, my character. So could you explain to me exactly what?
It is the climactic battle scene with all of the Exords attacking the giant scorpion. It looks as though a grappling hook has been like linked between two of them, and a siege might be made soon.
Got it. All right. Can we say that my Zord has some sort of defensive shield buff maneuver that I can try to do?
Sure.
Since he's a turtle.
Yeah. How to let's do a
like an area of effect burst comes out of a shell and this like I don't know, maybe gives everyone like a small armor boost for a temporary armor boost or something like that.
Who would like it?
I like it. So that's not quite how the mechanics work. So let's get a roll for that, and then we'll see what the effects of it were.
Okay, cool.
Well, so let's do a.
I don't have my Zord sheet.
Well, no, it'll be the same thing as your character sheet.
Oh well, okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I think this is going to be a technology and composure.
All right.
Or
I'm gonna roll 3 dice. How many successes do I need?
I think because you're a turtle, this is only going to be 2 successes.
Okay, we'll see. All right, so how many of those points do we have I can add dice with? Somebody been keeping up
8?
with that?
There's 6 left.
Oh, 6.
6 left? Okay. I'm going to add 1 die to my 3 die. I'm going to roll 4 die.
No, if you add a point for your rewrite pool, it's an automatic success. So you only need to get 1 more success.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I got 3 successes.
Awesome.
4 successes total if you include the rewrite.
Cool. Yeah, I think your like the shell works super well, and it kind of freezes everything in place. Like the whale Exord is still like kind of bucking around a little bit, but everything else seems to kind of be frozen in this protective stasis.
I did a time oopsie.
Hey, it's 100% protected.
Yep.
So, question, Cliff, are you taking that grappling hook?
Yeah, that's a great idea. I will jump off of my flying horse that could fly up there and use the grappling hook. I use the grappling hook.
You can use both.
Fair
just
enough.
like ride your horse and then pull yourself up, make the horse go faster. Boom.
Okay, as he goes there, I would like to betray the party now.
Really?
Really? So like,
Okay.
I'm under the protection of the shield now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means like the shield is effective. Like this is like a bubble shield or something. Like I'm
Yeah.
inside the safety of the bubble shield, where the shield generator is.
Typo, I dislike you strongly right now.
As the whale begins to flop, twisting around, you can see in its eyes the rebellion. It's trying to resist its controller, but it can't. It opens its mouth, and inside its mouth is a gun.
Good mouth. Got it.
GM, I would like to shoot at the turtle.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and make a firearms and either dexterity or intellect.
And I will call out as I shoot at the turtle. Just as you planned, boss. We brought the X swords to us, and all we got to do was get rid of the scrap that's controlling them now. And I would shoot. Let's see. That would be a what and what?
That would be firearms and either dexterity or intellect.
Okay, dexterity. Question, GM, because it's important. Since I'm evil me, is this my weapon? This isn't my weapon because it's the X sword. It's not evil me's weapon, so I can't use grizzled veteran.
Yep.
So I'm going to just roll 9 dice.
Oh, just 9 dice. It's fine. So no one ever, except for people who are betraying the party.
I'm sorry. Let's see. That is 4 successes.
Okay. I think that that's gonna do it as the. I think at the last moment, Leland, you see that this attack is gonna come in, and why don't you make a. This is gonna be a pilot and composure roll, I think, to see how much you can mitigate this damage.
All right. I almost put more ranks in pilot, but here I am.
Hey, at least I didn't use Warp Effect.
0 successes. Oh wait, hold on, that's the
0
Nazi thing.
successes.
0 successes.
Oh no.
And I think with that,
I'm sorry, I can't help it. They ruined it. Okay. Ruined my finger. At least 3.
I think that you are. I think that you are blasted from this this whale attack, and it, just like flips the turtle over. The shield dissipates. It is a sudden moment of shock and horror and betrayal, and we see this triumphant victory face of evil Aiden, and I think. From off camera, we hear. And a look of horror at the realization of someone who shouldn't be standing right behind you, Aiden. And I don't want to give away who it is just yet, but what is the line we get from evil Aiden as we see a returning character?
It can't be. I thought I killed you.
And then we'll end the scene there as we have Cliff ziplining down, seeing the chaos and the explosions of the X-Sword being attacked behind, realizing that, oh no, this is a trap, and there's no way to go back since you've gotten off your flying Pegasus X-Sword to use the grappling. And you land in the mouth of the cave with Midnight Mac Rider standing at the entrance, your former partner in tow, looking triumphant. He goes, well, You fell into my plan just like always. What are you gonna do now? Do you join, or do you surrender?
Are we still in our X-Swords?
I could see you being in there. I could also see like there have been a cinematic like segment where you were thrown out and like rolled to the ground like they've done. So,
Well, Midnight Rider,
so the only one in the moment that's in the mouth of the cave is Chris.
Oh.
But we could probably set up the camera so that we could see your reaction to this if there's anything that you wanted to add.
No, I can't do anything.
Okay, cool.
Oh, sorry, me. Me is who we're at. Sorry. So I had a moment.
No, so you were in the mouth of the cave
Yes.
with Mac Ryder.
Yeah. So it's I think I walk up to my partner, like I'm just ignoring Mac Ryder at this point because I'd like to I don't think we've done any of these before yet because I want to activate a cinematic power.
Okay.
With some of our rewrite points. For 'Twas Beauty did something to the beast. And do the star-crossed lovers option. To essentially link me back up with my partner. And no, Midnight Rider, you fell into our trap to get rid of you. And play it off like the two of us had been in on this.
No, that can't be. My plan was foolproof. I captured Aiden. I captured that problem. And everything should be fine as long as they didn't. Oh no. They're not there.
Is this the moment we see Aiden again?
Aiden is back on his the orca, and there is a young girl at his side. It's like, thanks, little lady. I've got it handled from here. And he takes out his actual weapon, the lance. But it's not Aiden's scene right now, so it cuts back to Pat.
Yeah, and I think if it's cool with you, Zan, with how that's playing, I think at this is the point where we both pull weapons on Midnight Rider.
And all right, I think that is it. And I think as this scene wraps, is there an ending line that you want to end the camera's focus on you with, or do heroes not have a cool catchphrase?
Oh,
Heroes never die. Channel my inner mercy and go, heroes never die.
Yeah. Okay. If that's it, then that's what we're going with. And that is the. Yeah, I think we've got the still of it, and then we get like the camera from behind the Prism Knight, and then we get that line, the delivery of that line, and we go to a wrap up of your characters, and yeah, we see kind of a little tableau image of kind of each of you leaving the set, as it were, leaving this piece of the set, and like back in town. What is the last image that we have of your characters in this film?
Oh, do is there a thing where Theater Nerd and Leopold managed to take out the scorpion?
Yeah, I think that's
I'm just like, I feel like we left something unfinished there.
We did. It is late, and my brain has stopped functioning. You're 100% right. So I think that like as it is, as Mac is being stewed, I think that the turtle rights itself using a second, like, carefully planted explosive device on its back to flip itself back over, taking no damage because it's a giant fucking turtle. Yeah. And it like leads out a spool of rope that is quickly used by the Prism Knight to secure all of the legs. And do we get any cool moments of y'all like giving each other the all go ahead to take this bad thing down?
I'm just gonna say, it's about time we paired up and took this thing out for good. What do you say?
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw!
Wait, I have a better line. Choo choo, mother clucker.
All right, well, I ain't no train or a chicken, so I don't know. I ain't got nothing funny about turtles. I guess I'll just come in and hit it or something.
I just like turtles.
And Rotten Tomatoes regards that as the most poorly written line in the film.
You know, it's got to be one line. There has to be one worst. Yeah, we get the kind of like image in the sunset of this beast slowly being taken down, and the X-Swords all coalescing. And yeah, I think that might be where we wrap it up, unless that is where we leave room for our final scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And who would like to take the first final scene?
Like, is this things that are happening to our character or our actor, or yes?
Yeah. So this will.
Okay, I'll take it.
Both?
Hmm?
We do both.
I'll take a final scene.
So really, you guys didn't recognize that I was a different person all along? No giveaways. Different weapon, different voice.
I don't much pay much attention to you, regardless of if and I whisper, if we're on set or off.
And to that point, you feel your badge digging into your chest.
One last hurrah for the badge.
Well, that's a little hurtful, but I understand.
Tried to whisper so the boom mic wouldn't hear it.
Definitely picked it up. You were always mic'd.
Oh no, we go home with these. There are mics like embedded into our flesh, and we don't know about.
They put it in like our cereal.
I think for V, this is the scene of them taking down the giant scorpion is literally their last scene in a film ever, and they just spend a lot of time in choruses between traveling Broadway shows and actual Broadway shows. Like they work their way up.
Well, hell yeah, it's good. It's a good proper story. Is there anything else with the character of Z in this film?
In this,
or are we just led to believe they go back to their correct timeline? If this is not their correct timeline.
I think we get a final shot of the train, like, reaching the legally distinct speed for time travel, and it sends them back to, like, Back to the Future, for lack of a better term. Yes.
And then
Oh, yeah.
at the end, the camera pans out and then goes to some sort of scene with Patrick's character, if he's okay with it, and his husband, and turns out his husband's a different person. And then that's the end of the film. We went back into the wrong timeline.
Well, it's what I had pictured as the final scene was actually
Well, then whatever it wants to be.
was Cliff and the partner working in a lab together, like in the Old West, so very rudimentary lab. And then the camera pans out and you start seeing all of this more extensive equipment that's not appropriate for the time period.
Right.
And you start catching more there's like several different sets of like Cliff and his partner from like all different eras and different themes and shit, all essentially working on some project together.
Oh, that's even better. Yes, that's much better.
Wonderful.
I like that.
Was there anything from you, Leland, or other than the scene with the incorrect partner?
My character. Is this for the? I forget. Is this for
This
my
is for both.
actor?
It's for both. We're wrapping the game up here, so it is your
Okay.
actor, it is your character.
Got it. Okay, so my character, my character, is seen like petting his Zord with an X out in like a field while it's eating grass. It's like a big cow. And he's got his cowboy hat on and his Birkenstocks and his jeans. And he, like, even after coming back to the future, he wants to live like a cowboy now. Is kind of the message. Anyway,
Midlife crisis.
and then my character comes home, and it turns out his wife is pregnant again, and then he just like has this like comical face palm, like almost like a sitcom, you know,
Yep.
like a laugh track.
I was gonna say this is where the stinger plays in the TV show or the making of documentary.
Yeah, there's going to be an offshoot TV show about that. That's just like a sitcom about my family, like King of Queens, but like with my character's real life family.
Yep.
Actors are going to play us, of course. We're not actually going to get the role for ourselves. We're just going to get paid for our likeness, some low sum of money, and then
I
go
was
back
gonna
to
say
being.
3 kids and counting, or 4 kids and counting.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, did we get anything from Paul?
Oh, you're right. Paul is going to after the movie is over and everything. Paul's going to go up to his good buddy. Hey, how's it going? Zach Ryder or Mac Ryder?
Oh, hey, how's it going, there, Paul?
Sorry for bringing that little surprise on you towards the end there, with the whole, me betraying the party, like me betraying the team and everything like that. Like,
Oh, no, all good. It got your writer's credit and honestly saved me a lot of money because the writers were on strike. So I guess thank you.
yeah, honestly, I just, it's been a long time since you and I were on the same team actually, and I just wanted to go back to the old golden days,
Golden days. I'll get you. Clang.
He smiles. Oh, you're such a kidder. You have a good day. I'll see you around. Let me know if you're doing another movie. And he closes the door. He closes the door and like looks away. What an asshole.
And I think your wife just shows up with a nice good cuppa, and just a nice pleasant afternoon. Maybe some scones.
I do leave him a muffin, and you know what? It might be gluten free.
Wow. Is it vegan?
Oh no.
Oh, the callback. Wow. Okay. Wow, I'm way too slow there, man. Okay, well, I think that is the cue then. Is there anything else that we want to hit before we conclude?
All good.
All right, well then, I think that is going to be. I think with that, the credits will roll, and we'll see Mac Ryder furiously typing away at his next nefarious plot, and that is where we will wrap our prequel. So Pat, it's all you, my dude.
No, not all me.
Back to you again.
Yeah, I mean, this has been so freaking fun to play in. Thank you, Zan, so much for running it. If folks, we could go around and we could do outros, and if folks want to, toss out what they've enjoyed or kind of like favorite moments from these sessions, let's do that too. Does that sound okay?
I tried to give you a thumbs up with my water bottle.
Yeah.
Good job, self.
I got it. The message came across, so yes, good job. So, who would anybody like to go first besides me?
I can do it. I'll save you, Pat.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nash, also known as Theater Nerd on the internet, or Thatter Nerd, or That Nerd, depending on how quickly you read my username. But it is in fact Theater Nerd. I had a lot of fun. I'm sad it's over. It's always a joy to play with you, Pat, and everybody else. I'm glad I took this opportunity, even though it's way past my bedtime. I love the juxtaposition between Paul Goodman, who gives me vaguely Midwestern vibes, who wouldn't, if you came over to his house, who'd make sure you wouldn't leave hungry and left with, a doggy bag of food. Mm-hmm. And Aiden Blaze, who's like literally destroyed V on multiple occasions in multiple ways. I should have known you were going to betray us. But you didn't.
We literally talked about this at the start.
I mean, it makes sense because it's a prequel. Like, I'm not upset, but I really love that juxtaposition and the antagonism that kind of came with it. It was well done.
Thank you.
I'm all places on the internet, on the name that's below. Follow my Twitter. That's the best place to keep track of me, usually, if I remember to say things and do stuff. But this is my last streamed game for a while, so.
Typo, would you like to go next?
Hi, I'm Typo. You can find me at the places I mentioned earlier. I'm a little too tired to say them at the moment. I think my favorite thing was I really enjoyed, the thing that stands out in my memory was those like random guys in the first episode that tagged along in the Scorpion Mobile and being able to say my line about the stupid friendship or something. I enjoyed that.
Sorry to break up your fondue club reunion.
Yeah, and then Leland has had to leave, so words are hard right now. His information is all in chat. He's great. I know he had a good time, but he just had to cut out a little bit early today. I'm Pat. I'll go for it. You can go before me. I don't care. Do you want to go before me?
Yeah, I'll go for it. Yeah, I'm Zan. I am Insanity TTRPG on most of the places and Insanity Gaming on the others. I am a professional GM and content creator for a whole bunch of stuff out there. I obviously really like that they came from format. I'm very excited to run something came from Beyond the Grave when that comes out. And I'm also doing a whole bunch of streams all over the place in the moment. Tuesday and Friday mornings, you can catch me over on Polished Cryptage channel. Sunday evenings over on Attack Trick. Mondays on my channel and Tuesdays on the Black Feather Guild, now that this has wrapped up. I'll also be starting, probably in September, I'll be starting at least 2 new shows on my channel. So I've got a poll up on Twitter and Zanity TTRPG about what folks would like to see in there, and I'll probably be retweeting it after this. Additionally, I have a publication coming out very soon, probably in October. It is going to be the 5e Dreaded Necromancer, a reimagining of the 3.5 Dread Necromancer, which explores the effects of someone who is too closely in tune with the forces of life and death. And on my Tuesday morning game on Polished Cryptid's channel, you can catch me playtesting one of those, where I'm playtesting the Omen Dirge, which is the term that the class uses for its subclasses. And yeah, that is all my stuff.
Oh, I do just remember something about about this game. I like how I need like 2 brain cells to do a lot of like twists or the drama or the stupid stuff, because it's naturally campy already. So if like there's some inconsistency with like the story or something, like it's like, oh yeah, that's fine. Our characters are like C-rank actors or something like that.
Yeah,
it's a farce anyways.
Yeah, right. That is, forgot to mention a favorite part too. Yeah, no, that's it. Like, it is. I like games that let people like have flexibility. Like, I like to cooperatively world build. That is kind of my jam. And with this format, I can lay out a really, really basic structure and then just lay stuff out. Like, and I like when things are picked up on. I like. You know, I'm aware that there might be a cinematic moment happening up pretty soon or something, but I always like we did with Aiden, kind of that moment of like, oh well, this kind of this is the moment for something to happen if it wants to happen, but it's totally up to you if it happens. I like being able to do that kind of creative input that is kind of encouraged as a director. I feel like more so than like as a GM. Oh no, I like that, and I like being able to tell a wonderful story with everybody, because I really relied on y'all to create the story. So thank y'all for creating a wonderful story.
Yeah, and
Pat, did you have a favorite moment?
Yep, I was gonna say.
You haven't done.
It's okay. Yeah, I'm Pat. I guess I loved being able to do several of these in a row, so we could kind of see how the first level of characters, the actors, like changed each time around, and got to know those better. And I like that that also gave us time too with the system to start playing around with some of the toys a little bit each episode. The stuff that's like when we got to start utilizing stunts and the directorial changes and all that. Those are just really fun mechanics that it takes a little bit of time, I think, to kind of get to. So I enjoyed getting to see those. Gosh, yeah. And then, I mean, like, so the system was new to me, so that's what I liked about that. What I liked in the game was just all of it. Y'all are so much fun to play with. And I loved how each of us approached each situation, like specifically Typo, the one that you mentioned with the guys that we just got to tag along with us in the first movie, and how like as soon as Zan introduced them, there were 3 of us that were just like, I'm gonna go intimidate them, I'm gonna go try and steal something from his hand, I'm gonna go try and hotwire the cars. But yeah, that's
it's a shame they asked for so much of a raise between the films. Just a shame.
Yeah.
Oh, and we never found out what happened to.
They could have came back in as a like the little girl who wandered into the set on the second scene.
Sure, they were background extras or something in the saloon scene. Oh yeah, the red herring.
The red herring saloon. But yeah, no, I loved that. We don't have anything currently planned during these weekdays, but we are in Leland, and I are gonna figure something out. He's gonna be running a game here shortly at some point. and I might have some one-shots between now and then, but I will post all that on Twitter. What we do still have is every Sunday. You can catch me and Zan and some other, and Leland and more awesome faces in our Urban Shadows 2nd Edition campaign in Ruby Tooth Bay. And I think that's all I have to plug. And yeah, I had a great time, and if I don't just pull the plug, I will keep gushing on that forever. So, good night, everybody, and thanks for joining us.